Alrighty folks, where are we at? We got this side kind of done. Not sure if it's fully done. I do have a plan to finish this out. I want to do something. I just don't know for sure how it'll look or work, so I'm kind of just leaving it for now. Because if you look at a lot of cars, they usually always come down, they have some little spiel in there. I don't know if that'll work with this particular body style, but hey, we're going to try. Anyways, we got everything here. She's looking pretty good. We just got to come and kind of repeat the process. So we've kind of seen this. We've learned a bunch. So we're going to kind of tackle this the same, but knowing better. And, well, we're first going to start with the inside like we did the other side. Now we got our frame here. We're going to trim it up and get that in. Then, once we're done that, I think then we're going to come back and I'm going to see if we can make this side nicer than the other side. If we can, then we'll kind of re-tackle the other side. If it ends equally as screwed up, then it's not a big deal. It'll be similar shape as the other side. If that makes sense. I don't know. Anyways, my goal for this video is going to be to get that inner frame done, get this done. I would love to get this panel on and the car shortened up and the back hatch kind of done. That would be a super goal for the day. Where are we at with this project? I'm thinking, I don't even know, because this tank, everything was kind of used halfway through, but I don't know if I had a full spool, but let's pretend we did. We have, well, a little over a quarter roll of wire left and about half a tank of gas. So we're doing good. We're doing good. All right. Well, without further ado, I guess we are just going to start shaping that inner doodad here. We're going to make that inner door gap. And the way we did that the last time was I left a little bit of this edge. We did a few pie cuts because this we can't really move. We removed this upper part of this structure. We just left the inside. We did some pie cuts. We made it follow the shape. We did a lot of angle cuts and slashes, and that was pretty much the process. We trimmed back here, so we were able to weld this to it, this to it. This got welded to this. This on the other side got welded in. So a lot of this got repurposed. We'll probably, when it's said and done, we'll pretty up the inside thereafter. We'll make something nice. I'd like to make a piece going across the roof, just so I have a way to fasten a headliner to this thing. I don't want to screw up like I did in my my other Pontiac. When I did it, I took out some of the roof structure, and then I had nowhere to actually attach a headliner to. So, and for the headliner, I'm just probably going to make it like in a multi-piece deal, but I'll probably use that signboard or something. I'll kind of glue it, and we can button pop it in, and it'll be a nice piece. At least that's my goal. Anyways, we're gonna get started. Let's get going. Well, it may not have looked like it, but this side went a lot better than my other side. We got to do a little bit of tweaking in here, but once we grind it, kind of give her a couple pops, we're like in the zone. I like it. That went a lot easier. Now, I know there's a lot of ways a feller could have done this. I reused this rail. We stretched and did the stretcher shrinker dealio to kind of do it. And we don't know even in the end if it's going to be the right thing or not, but you could use a piece of round rod. I don't have any here, but you could have done a piece of round rod, shaped this, and then welded it in. So a lot of people are looking like you're welding a lot of stuff for no reason. If you look in the big picture, if I used round rod, I would be doing just as much welding. I'd have to weld the one side, and then wherever my steel would match up, you'd have to weld the other side. So, it's the same. So, kind of like a feller can do whatever works for them. I don't mind welding. People would think this took a long time. I have maybe an hour and a half. It's probably closer to 2 hours doing this whole thing to where it's sitting right now. So, it's not bad. That's not a big deal. I'm pretty happy with that. Anywho, we basically got this into place. I'm not really going to dress this. Oh, I might. I think I'll dress this because I want to get this gap good. We'll kind of get this gap tweaked, get it good, and then I got to chop a little bit out of here. And then I think we're going to try the paper template. I may not go as aggressive on my patch panel now, but I might try to make it come like this area. See if we can make that. That would be kind of ideal. All right. Well, off to our paper, and let's see what we can do here. I forgot I had these. I want to thank Trucker Bob. He sent me these magnets. They're not very strong, but they're perfect for this. And maybe that's why he sent them. I don't know. Anyways, we've kind of... I've mocked up this panel. We've cut it down a little bit. I don't know why this side seems like it fits so much better than the other side. But anyways, we got our panel in here. It looks like, judging by how everything fits, I only got to do a little shrink here and a shrink here. Why the other side I had to... Well, maybe because I made it so big. That's probably what it is. I've shortened this panel down. There's only very minimal work, I think, I got to do. Anyways, we'll trace this out, stick it on a piece of sheet metal, and we'll take it to my power hammer and try to bang it out. I did do a few little updates to my power hammer, so I'll probably show you that right away, but we'll get this cut out first, and then we'll draw this out. It looks like we only got to do a couple quick shrinks, and I think this should just fit. I don't know for sure, but anyways, let's cut some stuff. Oh, these magnets are awesome. Well, the good news is this panel will probably be close to the same condition as the other side. For some reason, I can't shrink enough out of the middle. I don't really know what the heck I'm doing. You gotta imagine I got these tools, but I have really no idea how to use them. I've never been formally taught how to do this. It's all been trial and error, so it's kind of the way I do everything. Anyways, that one, and compared to that side, is really nice shape. So, because here, I guess if you look, you can start seeing it bows out too much. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Clearly I'm not shrinking in enough, but you have to imagine when you're running it through that machine, it just looks like hot garbage while you're working on it. And then as you planish it and do stuff, oh yeah, side note. This is like a Princess Auto planishing hammer. So I was using it till the hammerhead decided it just wants to evacuate. I think it broke once before I welded it. Now it decided to commit suicide and it's broken again. So yeah, that's why you see me using my handheld one. I just stuck it in the vise and I was using it to planish the panel. Anyways, yeah. See, my problem is now this is actually okay. This is sort of okay, but there's too much in the middle and I don't really know, other than using a torch, how to shrink that. And the torch will work, but my goodness, it takes a while. Ideally, you want to get in there and probably hammer it down. I may take a crack at it and see if I can shrink it, but it's bad. Man, it doubles almost as a helmet. It's pretty bad. Yeah. I wouldn't say it's bad, but it's just not up to how I want it to look. It was looking good, and it depends where I stick it on the panel, it's okay, but then it starts not reaching here. It's like I had a plan and I started veering from it, and now this thing's got to move. Anyways, I'm going to see what I can do here. I'm going to keep trying. See if I can salvage this one. It's like my ongoing problem here is like trying to salvage stuff I start. Overall, it's not bad. Like, I'm getting better, but I don't want to spend days at just making that. That just doesn't interest me. Like I say, this one, as bad as it is, it's okay. Like, it's acceptable in comparison. Well, I'm going to see what I can do. We'll see if we can fix this. I'm definitely not starting over. If I have to, I'm going to start doing the old slash and hack and to try to save it. we're not doing too bad. It's overall okay. I think it's still a little fat here, and I got it's a little bit of a bulge, so I'm gonna have to just go back to what I know. I'm just gonna do a couple slices in there. We're gonna relief it a bit. Once I get that done, I'm gonna come back and we'll get the plenishing hammer in here just to schmooze this all out a little bit. But we got our gaps, our door, we got everything ground. I mean, overall, it looks okay. It just doesn't quite look the same as the other side, so we're trying to do a little bit of tweaking just to get it there. Like, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. They look pretty even on camera. They are fairly even. It just seems a little bulgier here. So I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it's an optical illusion. But I do know I'm losing my drift. So we got to do a little bit of here just to get this panel to lay a little flatter. And then this roll will come back. I don't think it'll be as extensive as here. Like, this is not as prominent, I guess to say, as this one. But there still should be a little bit of a drift, I think. Versus it just coming here and disappearing. So up here a little bit. And it's almost the whole thing just needs a little push. But I'll do that quick. We'll do a quick slice and dice, push it down, zap her up. I won't touch this. This feels a little high, but I think once I plenish this, it'll all kind of just work. You can see whatever's high or low, right? Because I grind the weld flat. Let me put my light on here. I grind my weld flat, but you can see the grind hasn't touched the other side, so that's just kind of telling you that's low. And then up here, we're hitting the top of the weld. I could have ground this some more, but I know I need to do a little bit of work here. So here we're hitting steel, but we're not there, so this is all a little low. This 1/2 is low, but I'm not really going to concern it. It's just my butt weld was a little wonky, so same thing up here. You can see it's grinding flat, but it's not touching over here. So there's no point to keep grinding because you'll pretty much just grind your weld and the steel away, and then you'll have some paper thin metal there. So that is not going to be a lot of fill. I don't know how bad the panel is, but it doesn't feel bad. Anyways, let's do a little bit of, I don't know, slicing, and let's make it look a little better. Well, it's not perfect. It's better. We got to do a little bit of work here. I'm not going to worry about it right now. My hammer here smoothed this out a bit. This part here, I kind of goofed, but that's okay. We'll fix it when we do this part. Anyways, I've jacked the car up. I think for now what I want to do is shorten the back of this thing up. I want to scooch the whole tail of this car, and I don't know. Let's start with a 4-finger measurement. Well, what I really want to do is get this wheel arch over here somewhere, kind of line it up with the back of the car. So, I'm not sure. There's a lot of stuff inside, and I think we'll just keep trimming it away. But for the most part, I think what we'll do is we'll just bust this weld and come up a bunch, whatever. We'll make up a fictional number. We'll go, I don't know, let's say 8 to 10 inches or something. We'll do that. We have the body line on top. I'm going to make another, like from the door, maybe I'll make a fictional line to go across, that when we do something, we have something to line up to reference to keep the back of the car straight as we go in. At least that's my thought. How that'll work, I'm not sure. I'm hoping that'll work. Anyways, I need to lift the car up just so I'm at a good height, so we can kind of just come in here, cut the bottom of the car loose. I may have to go inside because you can see over there's a lot of junk, like inner rocker structure, stuff like that. I'm hoping it's not important, like not in the way that we can kind of go push the car ahead and we can just trim the excess off after, if that makes sense. It may not make sense to you folks, but it will when we start doing it. Let's put it that way. Anyways, let's get started doing some lines, because I kind of want a reference that I know this back of the car hasn't like started falling down. I want to keep this straight, and we'll keep this line straight. We'll overlap the panels so we can kind of, that's what I want to do, is start like here, we'll scoot ahead, then we can kind of fasten it and see how much we like the back of the car. We can kind of keep adjusting it till I get a look that I like. That's kind of what I'm going for. All right, enough babbling. Let's start marking and cutting stuff. Well, now, we definitely shrunk that up. But you can see what I mean. Now the car looks proportionally right. Doesn't have this weird long leg of everything in the back. I like it. So now it's got that 3-window lookish. So originally I figured around 4.5. We ended up going 5 3/4 inches. That's what we ended up. We still have to actually butt these panels up, But I guess as it went in, it actually went down. There's like, whatever, typical things happen. Oh, well, no big deal. But, yeah, it just looks right now, in my eyes. As far as I'm concerned, it looks the part. When it's said and done, we're adding, I don't know, roughly 3 inches into this panel. So, yeah, it's gonna fit the bill pretty good here. I think it'll be all right. I think, yeah, I don't know, because the car had smaller doors and stuff. It's just I wanted a smaller car. I wanted everything about it to be pretty small because, as I keep saying, right, I can't get a Ford, so I'm trying to make a Ford, right? So, anyways, yeah, I am pretty happy. That worked out pretty good. Pretty easy. It was pretty painless. All we got to do now is just a whole lot more welding. Like, that's all we ever do is a whole lot of welding. But that's okay. Wire's cheap, and my time is not worth a lot. So I can spend lots of time with this. Oh, okay. I don't really know where to cut. It doesn't really make a difference. You can tell this car is just going to be like tons of Bondo everywhere. She's going to get her fill. Well, I guess I can keep yammering or I can actually do something. The more I talk, the less things get done. I kind of noticed from the other side. Oh, that's because somebody made this panel. Okay. Something didn't line up right on the other side. It's kind of hitting stuff. Now I know why. It's because this inner panel was made so it's not the same as the one on this side. Because this one, it looks okay, but it's sticking too far out. And the inner bits are hitting the inner rocker part that I have to cut away. So I might lift it up, just sawzall the back off. Then this panel will kind of float back to the edge here like it's supposed to. And then we can kind of like, well, either cut. I don't know where I'm going to cut. We'll cut over here. Screw it. We'll zip under here. We'll cut up all the way this edge. We'll kind of do the old button cut dealio. And once there's a bit of filler on it and some primer, nobody's going to be the wiser. You'll never know this car was cut into a million pieces. Okay, well, let's get started. Well, that worked out pretty good. We got some tweaking. We got to do some more finessing. There was a little dent over there, so I kind of banged it out. Got to do a little more here, but it's kind of behind the post, so have to maybe pull out the stud puller or something. We still got to cut out this, fill these holes. I'll have to pull the trim off of here and fill all those holes because I think there's some under there. Yeah, so we got to get all those out. Would have been cool to use this trim, but there's no way that it would have worked with the way the car is, being a coupe. But I think we ran out of time here. I wanted to get the back done, but I guess we'll save that for the next one. For the next round, I guess we'll finish up the chop here by getting this panel in. We're gonna make a new panel across the back, and I think we're gonna chop the window. I don't know if I'll do the full 3-inch out of the window, but maybe 2 inches just to bring the top of the window back down. And then, I don't know, maybe we'll hunt around and maybe do the skin on the roof. There's not a crazy amount of things left on the body. Well, shouldn't say not a lot, but we got to do the door bottoms here, have some rot in them, so we got to do those. Then everything is complete there. We'll probably have to address the firewall, but I don't really know what we're all doing there yet. It's not terrible. Only because I hate body working this stuff. I really am not going to body work the firewall, but man, there's a lot of things. I don't know if I'll make a new firewall or we'll just fill stuff. We'll sit for an hour and fill it. Well, I don't know. Because if I'm going to run the pedals, swing pedals, I think we'll just make a new firewall. I think that'll be the easiest. I'll probably make it. It'll be smooth. I'll probably just grab a heavy sheet of some 16 or some 14 gauge. We'll just do a simple burn it in. We won't know for sure until I'll leave it for a while. But until I know my transmission and stuff that I'm doing, I'm really trying to find a manual. I would love to put a manual behind the motor. But yeah, this door needs like a lot of love. It's got a lot of funkiness going on with its life here. There, big old dent, stuff like that. No big deal though. And then we gotta do a trunk lid. My dilemma is this panel, which I sort of in my head have figured out how to do this lower part because my metal shaping kind of sucks. But I kind of have an idea how to do it. Problem is I'm not 100% sure where the car is going to sit when it comes to being aired out. So I don't know if I want to finish that in case I have to extend my fenders a little bit to get the look that I want. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. Anyways, I think that's where I'm going to leave this video. I want to thank you folks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one where we're chopping more stuff. All right, later folks.